Hi chess friends. The position in front of us requires white to checkmate in 3 moves. White looks as though he is up against it. Wouldn't you agree? Because black has the advantage in material. He is up a rook and the exchange. But this doesn't make any difference. Can you see white's key move here? To which then black has 5 lines plus 1 line by way of byplay. Let's take a good look at this position. Well, it might be of some assistance to consider that white is going to utilize this knight to quite a degree. Clearly, bishop d5 check doesn't work because he just whipped the bishop off. So we need to find a way of getting around that, which we do in one of the variations. Of course, we also need to take note of the fact that when black moves this bishop, and he will, rook g6 is a threat. But it's not really, and there's another clue. So, can you see the key move? Okay, I'll put you out of your misery. It is in fact bishop to g7, and what white is clearly threatening here is not bishop d5 on the move, but bishop g6, checkmate. So, like I said, there are 5 main lines and 1 byplay line. The 5 main lines, of course, are with this bishop. Now, the idea here is, like I was just saying, if black moves this bishop, the rook threatens here. Well, now it doesn't threaten so much, it protects g6 from bishop g6. So the first variation is bishop to d4, covering g6. Now, how does white deal with this? Right, well, like I was also saying earlier, he utilizes this knight, he plays it to here. What's he threatening? He's threatening knight on h to g5, checkmate. Now, clearly, if black plays rook g6, it's just bishop g6 mate. So the only way of covering the g5 square is like that. And then we play it anyway. This is a regular theme in these variations, and that is checkmate. So that's variation 1 dealt with. We've played bishop f7, certainly bishop g6 mate. We've tried bishop to d4. Why don't we try bishop a7? What's the reply here? Bishop a7. Is there any difference in white's play? Well, no, there isn't. He still plays knight to h3, threatening knight hg5. And in this position, of course, the bishop tucked out the way, it has no means of coming to the defense of g5. So, of course, it would be a forced move of rook g6 check, and then bishop g6 is checkmate. So, that doesn't work either. Let's look at the other bishop moves. So we've tried bishop d4, bishop a7. What about bishop c5? How does white deal with this? Does he play knight h3 again? No, he uses the same knight like I indicated earlier on in this video, but he plays knight to h5 this time. And what's he threatening here? Well, he's threatening to bring the knight this way, and that's checkmate. So how does black defend it? Well, again, we can take this as read that if he tries at any stage to play rook g6, it's bishop g6 mate, so that just doesn't work with the rook. He's defending g6, but he can't afford to plonk his own rook on it, so what does black do? Well, he has to cover the square, so he has no option but to go here. And what is he doing with that? Well, he's getting more or less back to the original position where he's blocking that 6th rank for black's rook, isn't he? So, by implication, we just play bishop g6. And that is checkmate again. So that's 3 of the 5 bishop moves dealt with. So we've come down this diagonal, bishop d4, bishop a7, bishop c5. What about bishop c7? What's the reply to that? Is it knight h3 or is it knight h5? It's neither of them. Can you see it? You have to be careful here. Okay, it is in fact knight to d3. Same knight, but different square. Now, what is he threatening here? Can you see it? Well, it's knight c5, checkmate. So, should black play bishop to b6, bishop to d6, or d6, he's again blocking this, and it will be bishop g6 mate. So he has no option in this position other than to play his rook to c6 to cover the c5 square. So how does white finish the game in one move against that? Well, what he's done with putting his rook here, although he's maintaining defense of those two areas, he's blocking his own bishop. So white plays here, and that is checkmate. It's rather good, that one. They're all good, but that is particularly neat. Okay, so this is back to the position where white has played bishop f7. We've tried 1, 2, 3, 4. What about this one? Bishop to d8. What's the story here then? It's better put this back, yeah. Okay, so bishop f7, bishop d8. How does white continue here? Does he move the same knight? Does he move it to h5, h3, or d3? None of them. He plays here, knight to d5 this time. And the threat, can you see it? That's right, knight c3, checkmate. Now again, of course, if rook g6, bishop g6, so you have to leave that one alone. Or if he takes with his bishop here, then it's bishop d5, mate. So by process of elimination, the only defense of c3 is bishop f6. Agreed? Take a look at that. But again, you see, he's impeding his rook, so regrettably for black, it is once again checkmate. And those are all the bishop moves done with. We'll just look at the one line of byplay, which is worthy of consideration. Let's just take a quick look at that. We just play bishop f7. So what is the line of byplay here? One further move by black, but not with the bishop. Well, it's quite simply this. What he's wanting to do here, of course, is to provide himself with a bit of a defense down the F line. But it fails miserably because all that white needs to do is to check. And there's only one reply, which is that. And then we bring this game to a conclusion. That is a very neat problem, and it shows you that even against a superior force, it's not all that difficult to win so long as you get the sequence right. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye for now.